That front end comes right up. Epic.
Hey guys, welcome back to Trail Tested, and check it out. We got a little special one right here. We got the OUXI V8. Now, this is a 48-volt bike right here. It does have a 750-watt hub motor in the back right there, and a 15-amp-hour battery. And this thing is looking stylish. I love it. It is a moped style. But check it out. This is a full-size 4x20 fat tire bike, but it's got a shorter wheelbase. So I think we got a fun size bike right here. Maybe even a little wheelie machine. We'll see. Now they claim a top speed of 32 miles an hour. We'll put a good test to that. And with that, we get a 330-pound max load. So it can hold some serious cargo as well. And with that, they claim a 60-mile range in pedal assist mode and up to 30 miles with that throttle there. Now, the first thing I am noticing is this seat. Wow, it is sweet. Looks like we have some Texas leather here. Check out the detail of the stitching right there. Very clean, very sweet, nice looking banana seat. And then the second thing I noticed is that we are on some Kendras. We got some good grippers today. These are the Crusaders. So these are a serious step up from them Chow Yangs. Check out the grippers on there. We'll definitely do a little off-road testing today. But speaking of off-road, coming on up, we got some front forks right here. No adjustments up top, but we do got a little spring, and we are a hardtail in the back. No rear suspension, because there's actually room for another battery right under the seat right there. So if you want to step it up, they do sell a dual battery version of this bike right here. And let's just swing on down to the chainring. Check it out. We even got a little branding on there. Whole wheel, very nice. We'll swing on back. Hey, we actually got a nice guard on here. Is it a double wall chain ring? Nope, it's not, but that's all right. We'll put a good test to that as we scroll down. We do have a Shimano derailleur back there, and we've got a little derailleur guard already built in. And whoa, 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 check this out. Wow, we got a little foot peg. All right, let's check out the stoppers today. Looks like we're on 160 millimeter rotors right there. We're on mechanical brakes right here, so we'll see how those do on the trail today. Overall, it's a pretty light bike, so mechanical brakes should do just fine. They're very easy to tune and service. And it's cool to see they got their own little logo on the battery right there. That's a little different. And we got a little security feature right here, the key. Pop the key in right there, turn that up to this way, and give it a little tug up and out like that, and there you have it. Removable battery just like that. Let's check out the specs on this one. And we are correct. We're a 48 volt. And yeah, 15.6 amp hour battery right there. All right. And reinstallation, put it right in, and you'll hear the click, and you are off like that. Now, charging that 15 amp hour battery is going to take about 5 to 7 hours because they hook you up with a 2 amp charger right there. So a decent sized little charger for that bike. Now, setting this bike up out of the box was a breeze. You put on the pedals, the front wheel, and the handlebars, and you're pretty much good to go. Now, coming with that, they give you some extra goodies. A little rear seat right there, pretty sweet. We'll pop that on and do some testing with that later. And it also doubles as a rear rack. Pretty cool. You get your owner's manual, a nice little bike pump, and all the tools you need to assemble that bike. All right, checking out the front end. The tires, the mag wheels are pretty sweet looking. They're pretty clean with those front forks. You get a front fender and a rear fender right there, as you see right here. It is plastic, it's nice, but I'm not gonna run it today. I wanna get some sweet cinematic shots of this whole tire running right there. All right, coming up, nice little headlight action. We'll turn that on in a minute. And wire management, cable management, looking pretty clean. Everything came up pretty clean. And look at that. We've got ourselves a little security feature. Check that out in a second. All right, rolling up that awesome looking leather seat right there. Coming up, there's the head tube, and then pow, we're at the handlebars. All right, checking out the handlebars. Looks like we got the quarter twist throttle with those traditional ergonomic grips right there. Brake levers feeling good. They're feeling tight right out of the box. All right, we got the Shimano shifter. Not bad, 6-speed. These are traditional. They've always done me good. Pow, we got the LCD screen right there. We'll keep rolling on over to the control panel right here. So it looks like we got some light switches, little horn, and all that good stuff. All right, let's just fire it up, shall we? Come on down here, and you're gonna turn on that battery, and you get another little battery readout right there. Cool to see. Swing back up and pop over to the power button. And 3, 2, 1, just like that, and we are on. We're fired up. Let's crack that freshie off right there. Wow, so fresh and clean. All right, let's check out those pedal assist modes. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we got 5 of those pedal assist modes right there. We got odometer, trip, voltage, and current. So we got all the readouts, pretty much everything you need on the M5 display. All right, let's check out the headlight. Pow! And a little blinker action. Left, right. All right, little taillight action. Click, click. Now, this is not a big fancy display. These actually been around a long time, but here's the thing. These are tried and trusted. These work. They work good. The sun could not be any brighter today, and I am literally right behind my back, sitting right there. I can't even look up. It's so bright, and you can see the display perfectly. And we got a little horn action. Oh yeah, that's a horn. Now they hook you up with 2 little cool little fobs here. Check it out. Ooh, unlock. Now, if we got it locked up and somebody tries to take it, it's going off. Intruder alert. All right, guys, I am too excited. Let's get the OUXI V8 out on the trail and let's get it tested. Let's go. And all right, guys, woohoo, coming in hot. All right, just wanted to give you a quick look on how I look next to the OUXI V8 right here. I am 5'9", standing right next to it. Got the seat a little below my waist. Step on over. I'm flat-footed. Pretty friendly feeling bike right here. All right, let's hit the trail. Let's go. And all right, guys, we are all saddled up on the OUXI V8. Now let's just kick this right off and pedal assist 0. We are on the first gear on the Shimano right there. Could you pedal it if you died and you had to go a couple miles? Well, clicking up a couple gears. Oh yeah, you should have no problem pedaling, getting home a little bit. It's a pretty light bike, no problem. All right, let's bump it up. Pedal assist 1. All right, that's gonna bring us up to 13 kilometers an hour. Pedal assist 2. Whoa, nice pump of power there. Whoa. All right, 21 kilometers an hour. Pedal assist 3. Jeez, this thing's got a little bit of torque. Oh yeah, couldn't even get to that. 26 kilometers an hour right there. Top of our gears here and see where we're at. Pedal assist 3 here. Cruising through the trail. 30 kilometers an hour. Pedal assist 4. All right, putting it in. 36, 37, 37 kilometers an hour. Oh, all right, a little too fast for this trail. Let's go hit that top speed test right away. Let's get that done. Let's hit it. All right, guys, let's run the top speed test. All the power on, pedal assist 5. I got my GPS hanging out right here. All right, 3, 2, 1. Oh yeah, good little kick of power, and we're off. All right, we're cranking through. It says 35 kilometers on the dash there, 40 kilometers on the dash. I got 25 on my GPS. That's pretty good so far. We're climbing. Big bump. Oh, hardtail. All right, we're about to hit dirt road at 28 miles an hour. 28.4. Still climbing. Not bad. We'll let off right there. All right, so there you have it. Almost 29 miles an hour. We got a pretty good windy day here. Can we do emergency turnaround? Whoa, yeah, no problem on this thing. All right, so pretty good for 1,000 peak watts. Not bad at all. Now, I'm going to be keeping track of all the range data today, so I'll share that at the end of the video with you. All right, so far so good. I got to say, this bike is feeling very sturdy and very nimble. I'm liking that. The seat is actually cozier than I thought. I thought it was going to be a little stiffer. But nope, it's pretty good. All right, let's go ahead and crank it full speed down this hill and do a little balance test, shall we? Maybe a little death wobble test too? Oh yeah, we're flying. Topped out at 50 kilometers an hour right there. All right, let's check out that balance, shall we? Woo, very smooth. All right, I'm trying to shake it with my butt. Yeah, not bad for a short wheelbase. Death wobbles? None. Check. Because we are on the way to Peters Hill. We got a heavy hill climb coming up. We're really gonna test this battery out. 15 amp hours with a 1,000 watt peak is not a whole lot. Can it make it? Let's find out. All right, coming up first is our first suspension test. We're gonna jam into this curb as hard as we can right here. See what those front forks do. Ooh, hey, not bad at all actually. Those front forks didn't bottom out and there was no clacking. That was pretty good. For being a hardtail, my butt didn't bounce off the seat as much as I thought it would. It's pretty cozy. Oh man, this is making easy work of Cemetery Hill here. We are on the gas. What the heck? Oh, all right, our first little hill climb challenge. Cemetery Hill, check. All right, now testing out the cadence of this bike, it's about a stroke and a half and then the power comes on, but it's not a hard hit of power. It's a nice gradual intake, which is a good safety feature. Now for how nubby those tires are, they're not too loud at all. I was expecting more of a whine from them, but not at all. The hub motor, it's singing a little. It sings, it likes to sing. Yeah, I want to give a big shout out to OUXI for sending me out this video for review.
They didn't tell me what to say. They didn't have me sign any contracts. They just sent it out to have some fun. So that's what we're doing today. Can the OUXI V8 hang the wheelies? Here it goes. Oh, it's going for sure. Oh, for sure, for sure. Oh, yeah, and we're down. Whoa. Yeah, it can hang. Yeah, I'm barely pulling back on it, and that front end comes right up. Pretty nice. And all right, guys, we are entering Peters Hill. Woohoo! We have been climbing for a while now. Now we are getting to the good stuff here. Coming on through these little switchback turns. Still pulling uphill. We only lost 3 battery bars. All right, climbing to the top of the water tower. Still putting down the power. All right, we got a big bump coming up. See how this hardtail does front suspension. Oh yeah, very nice, very balanced. All right, we got some switchback turns coming through. We got a lot of sand in the road. We've been getting a little rain, so easy on the brakes. Brakes are doing good so far. Yes, you can really lean this bike over. Whoa, whipping it for sure. All right, coming up on another one. Let's do a little drift test. Woo-hoo. Yep, it'll drift and it will hang. Downhill. All right, coming to the bottom of Peters Hill. Let's just do a nice little brake test. Here we go. And woo-hoo. All right, for mechanical brakes, we had full lockup. Check out that little skiddy right there. Yeah, check it out. As I'm noticing this bike, I'm looking at the front end. We have 3 bump stops on each side. That I've never seen so many before. So if you overturn these bars, you got these set right, these things are gonna protect your frame. All right, going down Peters Hill is easy enough. Going back up, that is the tough part. It's actually very tough for 750 watt motors to do. With only 1,000 peak watts, let's see how this little guy does. Oh man, we're on the power. We're doing good right here. Very nice. Oh yeah, coming up, we'll have to get on the brakes for that turn. Yep, couple backstrokes coming through. Hit that power back on. Oh yeah, I like that the power is snappy. Once you get on that throttle, it's on. Oh yeah, this thing is a ball to drive. Check it out. Let's see if we can't pull it up. Oh, yes. All right, let's hit up a little wall ride action, shall we? Yeah. Yes, solid little bike. I like it. All right, time for a little agility test. I think this is where this bike is absolutely going to shine because it has that short wheelbase. We're going to rip it through. We're going straight uphill right now. Very skinny trail and very steep. Yep. No problem whatsoever. Let's try to get this next turn with one hand. Yes, the V8 is attacking. All right, and a 90-degree swooping through. Yeah, this bike is awesome. I like it a lot. Wow. All right, bump through there, and we have made it to the highest point of Peters Hill. Well done, little V8, well done. All right, absolutely dominating the pavement. Let's go ahead and do a little off-roading, shall we? We're gonna put the test to these brakes and front suspension, at least, that's for sure. Coming down this prehistoric trail. Dirt bikes don't like it. 4-wheelers can't fit down it. It is rough and rutted. Well, here we go. Let's just go for a little send. Now, a nice little pass like this, it feels good on. This is such a good little trail brake here. On the brakes, I'm pulling them in quite a little bit more than I want to, but this is a ridiculously steep hill. Still only doing it with one finger on each hill. I mean, each brake. Whoa, jeez. It is gnarly back here. Now, I know this camera probably does not do justice, but for a hardtail, dominated it. Check. All right, guys, what an absolutely fun, epic bike. Off-road, on-road, wherever you want to go, hit the trails. All right, guys, total domination of Peters Hill there. Absolutely shredding it on-road, off-road, and back on the trail. So let's go ahead and go for that trail-tested wheelie record. I think we can do it on the V8 here. Yes, we're cruising. Oh, almost lost it, 23 kilometers an hour. Oh, yeah, 29. Oh man, 12 o'clock rock. Oh, it's still picking up speed. That's it. Oh, that definitely had to be a record right there. Awesome. If we can pick it up from 23 kilometers. Oh yeah, we got it up. Yeah, this thing rocks. This is what you're into. This might be the ticket. Hey guys, you got a little buddy. You can fit him up front, or you can put him at back with those back pegs right there. All right, let's ride. All right, guys. Oh, the gate is closed. No problem for the V8. Just go up, woohoo, and over. All right, it's time to max this motor out. We gotta see if it can climb this grassy hill. A little bit of a roll in right here, and all the power, 10% grade, 15% grade. See, yeah, it's struggling, but it's a good struggle. It's not like it's glitching or winding out. It's pulling up there nicely. I'm keeping it at 14, 15 kilometers, and we are back on the trail. All right, pretty good hill climb, check. All right, blasting on down the road, taking care of business today, and check it out. Got ourselves a little skate park to smuggle into. Easy getting those bars through. Nothing whatsoever. All right, let's go for a little send, shall we? All right, woo! Now, these guys, this is not intended for skate parks whatsoever. I'm just in here demonstrating what this bike can do and doing a little endurance testing as well. It's all right. This thing is an absolute blast. And when it comes to turning this bike around, it's got a really nice smooth handle right here. So all you do is pick it up, swing it, and there you have it. And you're ready for another send. Drop in. Whoa. Woo. All right, should we do a little staircase climbing? All right, guys, coming in for one last skid out right there. All right, that is the OUXI V8 for you. What an absolutely little blast of an e-bike. So yeah, guys, thank you very much for riding with me today. That's been the OUXI V8. This thing dominated. You know what, for having a hardtail, you know what, I think I'm really liking these budget bikes with no rear suspension a lot more now. So yeah, let's check out a little range action today. Let's see what we did today. So we got 20 kilometers on the clock right there and half a battery bar. Did pretty good for range right there. Those first couple bars went down pretty quick when I was doing that high speed testing, but nonetheless, it panned out. That 15 amp hour is doing its job. Now, the front forks held up pretty good today. Actually, the more I rode them, the better they felt, so pretty good. These Kendras, these Crusaders right here, these things did absolutely awesome. When I was on that tiny little mountain bike trail, these things really keep you gripped on, much better than the Chow Yang Yangs. Now, coming on through, I did not come off or jump off that derailleur one time, so my chain held on very well, so I like what they got going on there. The brakes, for being mechanical, I mean, you've seen it. I can lock both up, and I still can lock both up after that hard riding review. Now, at the price point, it's hard for me to change anything. Sure, would I like to see some rebound adjustment up front on some shocks up here, or maybe a little better fork? Yeah. But other than that, everything held true. And I gotta say, if you're into stunting these little bikes and maybe doing some little wheelies, great option right here. I guarantee it for you. So yeah, guys, that's been the OUXI V8. If you're interested in this bike, I'll put a link down in the description where to find it. And if I have any discount coupon codes, I'll throw them in there to save you some money. But hey, nonetheless, thank you very much for riding with me today. Happy trails, guys. Peace.